Ever catch yourself wondering, like, what actually goes on in, say, a potato chip factory?
Hmm.
Or those massive shipping ports? What's happening behind the scenes there?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I kind of love uncovering the hidden, like, complexities of jobs most of us never even think about.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's exactly what we're doing today, diving deep into a career you might not expect, the soap dryer operator.
And let me tell you, there is way more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah.
We've got some intel from RoleCatcher. It's a
Yep.
career development platform, and they break down what this job actually involves, like the nitty-gritty, but also how it fits into the whole soap industry landscape, which is actually pretty fascinating.
Okay, so first things first, what exactly is a soap dryer operator? I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory, right? Just like press a button that says dry.
Well, not quite. It's more involved than you might think.
Mhm.
Picture this. A giant vat of what they call viscous soap.
Viscous soap.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Right. So the soap dryer operator, they're the ones who manage the transformation of that gooey concoction into the nice, solid soap flakes we find in all sorts of products.
Viscous soap machine. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting that phrase today. But like, what are we talking here? Industrial-sized ovens.
I like that. It's kind of like that, but more high-tech. Imagine a whole system, right, with these heated rollers, conveyors, all working together to slowly remove the moisture from that soap mixture. And the operator is the one making sure this whole thing runs smoothly. They're monitoring temperatures, adjusting settings, and basically guaranteeing that the final product, the soap flakes, meet those exact quality standards.
So a delicate dance between like science and machinery.
Yeah.
But what does a typical day actually look like for someone in this role?
Well, it's definitely not your typical office gig, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Imagine a bustling production floor. The air's filled with the sounds of machinery, everything's moving. You're on your feet, constantly checking gauges, troubleshooting any little hiccups in the process, and you're working hand in hand with your colleagues to make sure everything runs without a hitch.
Okay, so it's hands-on, it's technical, you got to think on your feet.
Exactly.
You know, when I was going through these RoleCatcher materials, one thing that stood out was the emphasis on operations monitoring.
Hmm.
Like, what does that even mean for a soap dryer operator? Are they like the air traffic controllers of soap flakes?
That's a really good analogy. They do so much more than just watch over the drying process. They're analyzing data from the machines, looking for patterns, and figuring out ways to make everything work even more efficiently.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We're talking about optimizing things like the drying time, how much energy is being used, even minimizing waste. These are all factors that a soap dryer operator is tracking and tweaking to improve the whole production line.
Wow, so there's this whole data-driven aspect to it, too.
Absolutely.
That adds a whole other layer of complexity I never would have considered. So they're not just overseeing the soap drying, they're like running their own little soap drying empire, crunching numbers, making strategic decisions.
Totally.
But with all this data analysis, the process optimization, what skills do you actually need to be good at this job?
Right. It's a real mix. You need that technical know-how for sure, but then there's these soft skills that you might not expect. Like RoleCatcher mentions active listening as being super important.
Active listening in a soap factory. Okay, I got to hear more about that.
Yeah, it sounds kind of out of place, right?
Yeah.
But think about it. These soap dryer operators,
Mm-hmm.
they're working with these sometimes really complex machines. There are potential hazards, things move fast. Being able to clearly communicate with your team, understand safety procedures, give
Sure.
clear instructions, it's crucial.
A miscommunication could mean big problems.
Exactly. So it's not enough to just know the technical stuff. You got to be reliable, you got to be a good communicator, and you absolutely have to be on top of safety.
Totally, totally. So we've talked about the skills, but what about moving up in the soap world? Can you build a career out of this, or is it kind of a dead-end job?
Oh no, definitely not a dead end. RoleCatcher actually highlights a few different career paths you could take. For one, you could become a supervisor, managing a whole team of operators, overseeing multiple production lines.
Okay, so climbing the soap ladder.
Right. Or you could get really specialized in a particular area, become an expert in a certain type of drying tech, or even a specific soap formula.
So from soap dryer operator to like soap drying specialist.
Exactly.
Love it. But let's say someone listening is now like surprisingly drawn to the world of soap flakes. They want to go for it, make it a career. What does RoleCatcher offer to actually help someone land that soap dryer operator job?
That's where their platform really shines. They have this awesome interview prep tool that's specifically designed for this role. I think our listeners would find it super helpful.
All right, give me the insider tips. What kind of stuff are we talking about?
Well, they have a bunch of potential interview questions, including some really tough ones that are designed to see how well a candidate can problem solve. Like they might ask, what if you're seeing inconsistent moisture levels in your final soap flakes? How would you figure out what's going on and fix it?
Ooh, that's a good one. You really got to know your stuff.
Right. It's not just about memorizing facts. It's about showing you can think on your feet and troubleshoot in real time. RoleCatcher's all about giving you that extra edge when you're in the interview.
I love that. But let's zoom out a little. RoleCatcher isn't just for aspiring soap dryer operators, right?
Hmm.
What if you're interested in a totally different career path?
Absolutely not. Well, our deep dive today has been all about this one specific role. The cool thing about RoleCatcher is that it can be used for so much more. Think of it as a one-stop shop for all things career-related.
So it's like having a digital toolbox for like your entire career. I'm really curious about the AI-powered job searching. That sounds super useful. What's the deal with that?
Right. That's one of the things that makes RoleCatcher so cool. You know what you can get just scrolling through job boards forever.
Oh, tell me about it. It's overwhelming.
Totally. So RoleCatcher's AI looks at your profile, all your skills, your experience, and then matches you with jobs that actually make sense for you.
Okay, so instead of randomly applying, hoping for the best.
Right. It's like having your own personal headhunter, narrowing down the options to things you'd actually be a good fit for.
That's amazing. But you're saying it goes even beyond just matching you with jobs.
Oh, yeah. Remember how we were talking about how it analyzes job descriptions?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they built that same tech into their resume and cover letter builder. Let's say you find a job posting you're really interested. RoleCapture can actually scan that posting, pick out the exact skills and experience the employer wants, and then suggest ways you can tweak your resume and cover letter to really make those things stand out.
It's like having a cheat code for job applications.
Kind of.
I love that. You know, something we keep coming back to is just how important skills are these days. And I know RoleCatcher also focuses on helping people explore different career paths. What's that all about?
Yeah, totally. RoleCatcher gets that, careers aren't always linear anymore. People are always learning new things, changing directions. So they have this feature, it's called Career Pathways. You can use it to look at different career trajectories, see what skills you need to move into those areas, and even connect with people who are already working in those fields.
So no matter where you are in your career, whether you're just starting out, you're looking for something new, or just curious, RoleCatcher can help you figure it all out.
Exactly.
I have to say, what started as us diving into the world of soap flakes has really opened my eyes to all the different possibilities out there.
Right. And that's what I love about these deep dives.
Yeah.
We start in one place, but we always end up finding these unexpected connections. You start to really appreciate the hidden world behind so many jobs you might never think about otherwise.
It's a good reminder that there's so much to learn, even about things that seem, I don't know, kind of ordinary.
Totally.
Yeah.
So next time you're like washing your hands, think about that bar of soap, the whole journey it took to get there, all those skilled people, all that complex work, even for something we use every day.
Yeah, who knows? You might just find your next career inspiration along the way. That's a wrap on today's deep dive.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, there are so many fascinating careers out there just waiting to be discovered.